Hello, love, and welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. Sabe Nandishanakaz. Sabe is my name. Oh, I'm so proud to be out here, agutching, outside, so I can announce the show with honesty, because you'll see, that is what we are known for. We are Sabe. Some people call us Sasquatch or Bigfoot, but we are known for Guayakwa Diziwin, honesty. So with all honesty and humility, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, hey. BOOZHOO! Maybe I should get a little closer to the camera here, sweetie. No, I'm sitting way back here. BOOZHOO! And welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO. This is Natasha. BOOZHOO, Kakita! Over here is Michael Lyons. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. And we're doing an evening live stream show for the lovely and the talented BOOZHOO crew. Yeah, huh? This show I'd like to dedicate to all the friends, to all the girls I've loved before. Really? I don't know. Hey, Gwen's here, sweetie. Gwen Carly? Uh-huh. Let's give her a gold star. Why don't you give Gwen a gold star? BOOZHOO, Gwen. How you doing? And Missy's here. Woohoo! I guess Missy's not feeling too bad. She's got the coronavirus, but she can still go woohoo. Yep. Not too sick for a woohoo. How you doing, cuz? Let's get her a silver star. That's her second silver star for the day. That's right. She was a silver star this morning. And Kaya here. Hello, love. Kaya's back, sweetie. No way! How you doing, Kaya? Welcome to the show. Let's give her the bronze star. And a bronze star for Kaya. And Tesoro de Tomas. Or Thomas. What do you think? Is it Teseros de Tomas? I bet you it's Tomas. I'm going to call him Tommy Boy. Don't do that. What's up, Tommy Boy? BOOZHOO. And Jim Dunn's here too. Well, BOOZHOO Jim. Gwen's like, thanks. No gold star needed. Gwen's just Indianish. Oh, I'm not here for the awards. Leave that gold star up for her. Okay. So today, should we get started with the song, or how do you want to do that? You want to talk about speed trap towns? Well, actually, we're supposed to talk about bears and Sasquatches. Bears and big feet. Big feet, Bigfoots. What do you suppose we call them? I don't know. Sabe is what we call them. This morning we were talking about the 7 Anishinabe values. The Nijwaswi Anishinabe Apitenda Gozi. Apitenda Gozi. Your 7 Anishinabe values. And so we're just kind of musing on the buffalo, or as I call them, the Aretha Franklins. Sweetie, don't say that. Buffaloes, they're all about respect. And the beaver was wisdom. But tonight, we got too much stuff on our plate here, sweetie. I know. Tonight we're going to talk about bears, about courage, and Sabe, about honesty. That's why we had Sabe announce the show, huh, sweetie? Yep. They're known for honesty and integrity. Yeah. Sabe. But bears are known for courage. We'll get Mucko up here too. He's gonna do a little commercial. But before we get into all that, we made it through another cold day. Yep, it's getting cold again. What is it? It's 5 below. I think the coldest it was today was 15 below. Wasn't it like 17 below? Maybe it was 17 below. But the pipes didn't freeze. Happy about that. The driveway's all... Well, the truck is still frozen. Got a call from cousin Tommy. He made it back to the airport. But then he goes, my tires are frozen to the ground. You want me to go pick them up? And I was like, I can't. My car is frozen solid. It won't start. I'll put in some of that heat tomorrow. Liquid heat. Heat's become like a brand kind of its own. It's like Kleenex. Okay, Kleenex for people this mean. Yeah, I mean, it's not heat. It's the brand of whatever gas additive. De-icing additive. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some de-icing additive in my gas tomorrow. In my gasoline. Then we better fill up that pickup, because I don't think it's going to warm up anytime soon. It's just going to keep freezing if it's under half a tank. Yeah. I don't know. So these are the issues around here. This Abatuse Onagoshin. Abatuse was our word for the day, meaning Wednesday or halfway through the week. But tonight is Onagoshin. It is Wednesday evening. And the sad truth of it is, sweetie, what's that? Is that more people watch our show at night than in the morning. Really? Yeah. So I don't know if we should turn this into an evening show. I like the vibe in the morning. I like getting together with people first thing in the morning. It feels right. But if we get twice as many viewers at night, I don't know. Maybe we could call the evening show OJIBERISH and the morning show BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. That's a great idea. Maybe we'll do that. Anyway, Onagoshin. Mino Onagoshin. Good evening. It is cold, but though the weather outside is frightful, sweetie, the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, Zugipon. Da 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 da. Gi getchi gesanan gom. It was very cold today. Gi is past tense. Gi getchi gesanan gom. Oh, brr. Just cold. What can you do? You know, run the water, hope the pipes don't freeze, put blankets over all the windows, you know, take a nap with your cat. I mean, you never hear about Eskimos complaining. Nobody wants to hear the complaints of an Eskimo. Is Eskimo racist? I don't think so. I think it's like Indian, where it's not really the name. I think they're known as the Inuits. The Inuits? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know anything about Indians. Yeah, me either. Good thing we have a podcast. Okay. I also heard that eating raw meat is good for you. Really? What about salmonella? Salmonella? Isn't that guy who wrote Satanic Verses? No, that's a different Sal. That was Sal. I forget. Yeah, Sal. I don't know. It was very cold today. But yeah, you know, and they pointed out, they said, well, look at the Eskimos. They eat whale blubber. It's not like they're cooking that in the igloos. Igloo is a frozen wigwam. Wigamig is what we call it in the language. That's why I always like how elders talk. Real Ojibwe speakers. They don't call it Ojibwe Moan. They say the language. Well, when you're speaking in the language. Oh, the one language, Ojibwe? Got it. Gi, gichi, gisananun gom. I don't know. Kaya says, I have a half Sami, half Inupiaq friend. That's kind of Eskimo-y. There you go. Sami and Inupiaq. Inupiaq. Yeah, like they have real tribal names up there. They're not just Eskimos. Like we're not really Indians. I guess we're Ojibwe. Or Chippewa if you want to talk treaties. That's why you can't get rid of the term Chippewa, sweetie. Why is that? Because all the agreements with the federal government are with the Minnesota Chippewa tribe. You know, we're not going to have a bunch of Ojibways standing up going, hey, there's no such thing as Chippewas. We're the Ojibwe. And they go, oh, there's no such thing as Ojibwe. That's the language. We're the Anishinabe. Wait, what are we now? Are we Algonquin? I don't even know. I just know it was cold today, sweetie. And we got to have courage to face. Which brings us to our lesson today. Does it? Oh, no, it doesn't. It brings us to our song of the day. Should I do the song and then talk about values? Yeah. All right. Here's a song we recorded for you. This is Michael Lyons singing a song by a country singer that you've never bothered to learn his name. Yeah, I guess it's not the guy I thought. Why did you want to cover this song? Because the first time I heard it on that radio show, Prairie Home Companion. Oh yeah, Prairie Home Companion. If you're from Minnesota, you're probably familiar with Prairie Home Companion. It's a radio show where they talk about small towns in Minnesota. So you heard the song on Prairie Home Companion? Yeah, and it brought tears to my eyes. I thought the lyrics were so beautiful. So I learned it. But it's a very different version. I don't think YouTube will know that it's somebody else's song. Well, quit talking about it. So, Udena is a town. And here's a song about, there's a lot of us. I don't feel this way anymore. I just feel like Bemidjigamug is my Odena. Ni-Odena. My town now, this is my home. This is where I live. I've lived here for long enough now to feel like a local. But in a weird way, your hometown is always where you'll feel like it's really home. You never really leave your hometown. But a lot of us, there's kind of a thing that goes on with small town people. And that's what this song is kind of about. The town I'm from is called LaPorte, Minnesota. It has a population of 145, I think. And it's in Minnesota. There's little towns just kind of all over the place. Separated by, 10, 15 miles of wilderness. Then you'll come across another little town. Oh, here comes Walker. Hang a left at the turn there. You can go up to Cass Lake. Towns are like little islands in the ocean of forests and lakes. But so LaPorte, nobody knows a town is there when you're driving through at night. And I guess technically it's not even a speed trap town. Speed trap is when there's a cop parks and he waits for people to come into the town and they're cruising along at 55 and then before you know it, it's 35 and you go, oh geez, what is there, a town here? In the middle of the woods? Why is it 35 miles an hour? And then the coppers get you. They pull you over. And it's known as a speed trap town. Cop goes up, oh, you're going too fast. Gijibide. Gijibide. Bidet is kind of that speed part. Giji is kind of like, that's not really gitchy, but Gijibide is to speed fast. So you might be from a Gijibide Dasunagun, a speed trap town. This is a town that's only known for catching people speeding. But it usually means it's kind of a nowhere town. And LaPorte's kind of like that. People are surprised when they hear, oh, you guys actually have a school? You educate the children in that little village? I just thought that was a gas station and a grocery store and a bar. I didn't realize that was actually a town. I was like, no, that's a town. We live, that's our Udena. But when you're growing up in a small town, the plan is always to graduate from school and then go away. Some kids go to college. Some kids join the military. Some Some kids go to Bacchus just to see Kaya. Is Kaya from Bacchus? Yeah, I think so. I just read that. Once you get to Bacchus, carry on through fast, or that crazy sunshine girl will talk your ears off. Darn Potawatomi motor mouth, she don't stop blabbing. That's what I heard. The sunshine girl will chew your ear off. Some guys go there just to get their ears nibbled. But yeah, Bacchus is definitely like LaPorte. Speed trap town. But so you grow up, and the thing about small towns, and reservation towns are like this too. We don't have a lot of famous people or successful people that come from our town. You'd be surprised how many small town people have heroes who are like celebrities that they see in magazines. And I grew up loving Kiss, and I was nothing like them. They were from a different world. They're from a city. And so small town people, a lot of us don't believe in the American dream, because for a small town person, your options are pretty limited. You can go work in the woods. You can go work at you can become a carpenter, work at the mill. You can be a farmer if you come from a farm family. You can work in the school. There's a few options, but there's no. You're not going to become a movie star or a professional musician or a professional whatever in a town with 145 people. So one by one, all your friends and eventually your family, they just move away from your town. But then there's those of us townies who never moved away. And it's weird. Because in some ways, your friends who moved away will call back, oh man, I really miss. Oh, you're lucky you still live up there. And, I had to go off and go to college, and now I'm just a dumb lawyer in Chicago. Or whatever. Which I do have a friend who's a lawyer in Chicago. And he came from Walker, But this song's about a guy who... It opens up with a lady just dropping some roses in his shopping cart. And she says, I know it's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. And she's referring to his dad had just died. And so he starts talking about how everybody knows you in a speed trap town. Everyone kind of knows. That's the thing that we all kind of complain about. Oh, small towns, everyone's in your business. Everybody gossips about each other and you know each other. And not for good reasons. It's like, And then the story just kind of tells this life. He goes, it never occurred to me to leave. For some people who don't leave the small town, it's, you just got busy living life. Doing your job. Maybe you took the job in the mill. Now you got a car payment. And you married a girl and you got a house payment. And you're trying to build a deck. And then she's got 2 kids from another guy. And, that's a mess. Whatever. And where was I going with this? Oh, it never did occur to me to leave until after his dad finally dies. And he goes, I'm gonna take a nap here, but when I get up, I'm gonna think about, is there anything left that can't be left behind? And so, yeah, I agree. It's a gorgeous song. This is Speed Trap Town. For anybody who never left that small town that you're from. And we'll be back after this song. She said it's none of my business, but it breaks my heart. Dropped a dozen cheap roses in my shopping cart. Made it out to the truck without breaking down. Everybody knows you in a speed trap town. And it's a Thursday night, but there's a high school game. Sneak a bottle up with bleachers and forget my name. These 5A bastards run a shallow cross. It's a boy's last dream and a man's first loss. It never did occur to me to leave till tonight, when there's no one left to ask if I'm alright. I'll sleep until I'm straight enough to drive, then decide if there's anything that can't be left behind. Doctor said Daddy couldn't make it a year, but the holidays are over and he's still here. How long can they keep you in the ICU? Veins through the skin like a faded tattoo. It was a tough state trooper till a decade back, when that girl who was her mama caused his heart attack. It never did occur to me to leave till the night when I realized he'll never be alright. I signed my name and I said my last goodbye, and decide that there's nothing left that can't be left behind. The road got blurry when the sun came up, so I slept a couple hours in my pickup truck. Had a cup of coffee at an Indian mound, 1,000 miles away from that speed trap town. Never did occur to me to leave. It never did occur to me to leave. It never did occur to me to leave. You know what my favorite line of that is? What's that? Veins on the skin like a faded tattoo. That's your favorite line? Well, it's not a good line, but I mean, I remember thinking about that, you know, looking at my grandpa in the hospital and the veins that you could see through the, I don't know. Just the fact that he wrote a song with the lines, you know, how long can they keep you in the ICU? You know, that's the stuff we all kind of, at some point, you go, why is it? It was brutal. Hey, thank you, Tesoro de Tomas. We're getting applauses, sweetie. Oh, it's nice. Thank you very much. Michael, they like your song. Hey, thanks a lot. You know, doing songs on the live stream is kind of like doing, although Mocam Church is different that way. What do you mean? Like, remember how at the Baptist church in LaPorte, somebody would go up and do, like, you know, special music, get up there, sing their heart out, you know, oh, great thou art, you know, whatever. And then, for some reason, the culture of the evangelical Baptist, whatever, they don't applaud. You know, the pastor may go, amen. Am I right? And somebody else go, amen. And they'll be nodding at you, smiling, just beaming. But you get done singing, and I'm waiting for, because I've been the special music before. And it's just dead silence. You feel like, did everybody hate the song? But Mocom, they just start applauding. Hey, thank you very much. They think they're at a coffee house or something. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's such a deep song, you know. And it's that kind of thing a lot of people sort of understand that we don't really talk about much. The hometown, those of us who leave and those of us who stay. I've been both. What do you mean? I was a guy who left the hometown and then came back. I remember when I came back to LaPorte, I had been gone from my hometown. You know, I turned 18 and then I moved away. And I stayed away. No, actually I came back to Bemidji for a year. But then I moved away again for 20 years. I'm older than you think, you guys. And I come back 20 years later. And the first morning, just early, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know where I was going. No, it was probably more like 7. I was driving up to my first day at the tribal college. That's what it was. And it was a day kind of like today, just freezing, cold, middle of the winter. And I go up to the gas station to fill up. And I walk in there and I see a woman I've never seen before in my life. And she goes, oh, hey, I heard you were back in town. Ching, ching. I'm like, I beg your pardon? She knew who I was. And she was probably a kid that knew, you know, I grew up while I was gone. So I didn't recognize her. She was much younger than me. But I had been back for, 24 hours. And the lady at the gas station already knew. Oh, I heard you were back. I was like, from who? You know, everybody knows you in a small town. Last year I had to go get, or maybe this was like 4 years ago. However often you have to get your driver's license renewed. The last time I got my driver's license renewed, I went in there and she looked at my name and she goes, oh, wow. Are you that kid who did the Elvis Presley impersonation? I was like, what? In elementary school at the talent fair? She goes, yeah. And yeah, that was me. She goes, yeah, I didn't know if that was you or your brother, but yeah, that was cute. I was like, what? She actually remembered my talent show song I did when I was like a 4th grader. And remembered. Small town people never forget. But then, some of us who are stayed in the small towns, now that I'm old, I could care less. I really don't care. When I was younger, you think about what you're missing out on. Everything that happens in cities. When you're from a small town, you don't get the movies right away on opening week. You don't get movies at all because we don't have a theater. But, like, sometimes people ask me, what was your high school like? And I go, like a movie? Well, it felt like The Breakfast Club, but it was not that modern. LaPorte, especially when I was in junior high, felt more like the movie Dazed and Confused. Really? Yeah. And you know how Dazed and Confused was set in the 70s? Yeah, you were an 80s kid. I was. We listened to 80s music, but most of my friends looked like they were behind the times, There were still people wearing bell-bottoms and stringy long hair. Especially in elementary, Small towns didn't give up that hippie vibe for a long time, And like the old people in small towns, those little, they were still had, it was the 70s, but they looked like they were living in the 50s. Guys would, not all the guys, but there'd still be holdouts who had greased hair and leather jackets. They were the old men. They looked like the 50s, even though it was the 70s. By the time it was the 80s, a lot of the kids looked like they were in the 70s. And it felt like that movie. The bullying of the junior high kids, the hazing or whatever. So small towns, you feel like, oh man, you're behind the times. You're not a real town. I remember feeling that way. Oh, I'm not from a real town. You know, it's just LaPorte. We don't even have prom. You know, we're just a bunch of poor kids. Oh, we'll have the junior senior banquet. Oh, we're going to go out to dinner together? That's kind of like prom. I don't know. But like our football team only had 9-man football. We didn't have enough kids to have 11-man. None of the schools did. 9-man. Just never mind about the wide receivers. We'll have the tight ends play that part. Whatever. Small town. Wally Bear says, I thought you were from Babylon because you babble on. Yeah. I am from Babylon. I kind of think America is Babylon. Like biblically. Or at least California is Babylon. No, all of America. You know, just all this free for all. Nobody's got morals anymore. It says, hey, swipe left. You know, it's a sexual revolution. That's not our way. We follow the 7 Anishinabe values, sweetie. What are those? Those are the stereotypes of the Anishinabe. Do I even want to talk about this? I don't know. I could save it for tomorrow. So, 7 Ashinabe values. This morning we talked about respect, represented by the buffalo, and wisdom, represented by the beaver. Then you get to the bear, Mukwa. Mukwa stands for courage. People say when they're from Bear Clan, the Mukwa Dodam. They go, oh yeah, I'm Bear Clan. We're very courageous. You'll notice how many of my family joined the military. We're not afraid of nothing. No fear. We are Bear Clan. No, we're not putting on a mask. Get that booster shot away from me. I have courage. I am bear. Aqua day. A win. Courage. Is it courage not to get a vaccination? I don't know. It's thinking for yourself. It's not. It's the opposite of being afraid. Is it? Yeah, if you're afraid, you're going to get the vaccination. No, actually, it's not. I don't have the courage to trust the government. It's just the opposite. Yeah. Courage. Aqua de win is... What do you think courage is, sweetie? Courage is facing your fear and doing it anyway. Facing your fear and doing it anyway. Courage. In having courage in Spanish, the word is cojones. No, it's not. Isn't it? Cojones means something else. I thought it meant courage. Because they always say, oh, you got to have big cojones, big courage. It doesn't mean courage, sweetie. I'll tell you what it means later. All right. I wonder what it means. And then sabe. This is my favorite one, honesty. Honesty is such a lonely word. Everyone is so... oh, my goodness. What's that? Honestly, Gwen Carnley just gave us $20. What? Are you kidding? Well, $19.99. Gwen Carnley. Me, Gwedge. Thank you so much for your very generous super chat. I'm getting better at accepting money. That's good. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope you can afford it. Don't feel like you have to, obviously. But, miigwech. Honesty. So I'm being with all honesty. I appreciate it. It makes me feel a little awkward, but that's dumb because that's why we're here. The Junia. But honesty. Now, what makes this so interesting to me, sweetie? What's that? That sabe is the animal that represents honesty. Yeah. Why? Well, all the other animals are just animals. Sabe is the only so-called mythological creature. You don't believe in Bigfoot? Yeah, I do. But, you know, the normies say, oh no, there's no such thing as sabe. You probably believe in aliens. It's like, would you guys quit judging me? I believe in everything. I got a lot of belief. Do you believe in love? Do you believe in love? Do you believe in life after love? Do you believe in life after love? No. Okay. But honesty, but Sabe, you have to assume the Ojibways, they just chose animals they knew about. None of these are animals like from Africa. The tiger doesn't represent honesty. These are just animals in the wilderness, including a Bigfoot. That's honesty. I don't know why we can't seem to find Bigfoot anymore. I don't know why there's so much resistance to when a person says, I just saw a wild man in the woods. In fact, did somebody bring up the other Ojibwe word for this? Yeah, who is that? Let me find this. Bawaj Inani. Or Bugwajinani. Bugwajinani is the wild man. There's been thousands of eyewitness accounts. In a court of law, a person can just give a testimony and swear they saw something and people go to jail. They go, oh yeah, he's being honest. But when it comes to Bigfoot, for some reason, nobody wants to believe it. And then my theory goes doubly for Sabe, because in the Ojibwe language, our word for giant is Misabe. And sometimes when I think about what Benny told me about the word squaw and the word misquaw. Oh, when it comes to Red Lake? Yeah. So a lot of people think squaw is like a bad word. But we got a town up here called Squaw Lake, and a lake called Squaw Lake. And I asked Benny, this 85-year-old Ojibwe speaker. I go, Benny, how come they named that lake and the town such a gross name? Squaw Lake. And he goes, what? No. Squaw doesn't mean that. It's short for Misquaw. That used to be called Red Lake. Like the Red Cedars. Yeah, they're all Red Lake. A lot of people call these lakes just by the color of the trees around them. Let's go down to the Red Lake. Let's go down to the Green Lake. Let's go to the Blue Lake. Whatever. Because that's just Misquaw Lake. Misquaw Gamiwi. And then it became Squaw Gamiwi. And then Squaw Lake. But then people are like, oh, let's change that name. It's sexist. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, no, it doesn't mean that at all. But I think Miss Sabe is the long version of Sabe. And I think there were giants that roamed the woods who had long hair and beards and hair all over their bodies. And what we call Sasquatch was just a regular thing that they knew about. Maybe another tribe of people or another tribe of bear or animal or whatever. But, so there you go. And that's everything you need to know about courage and honesty, sweetie. Yeah. Does that make you think of your grandma? Honesty. Yeah, that's the other thing. My grandma would never swear. So many times she had to do an expression of like, she couldn't believe, like I'd say something crazy. She'd always say the same thing. Oh, honestly. Honestly. She couldn't believe, oh, honestly. Hey, Grandma, do you know they faked the moon landing? Oh, honestly. Hey, Grandma, guess what? Honestly. Honest to Pete. That was another thing she'd say. Honest to Pete. Anyway. What do you think, sweetie? Do you want to get up here and chat with the crew? Yeah, sure, I'll get up there. All right. Unless you want to take a phone call. Yeah, sure, I'll take a phone call. Why don't you take a call first? All right. What line? On line 2. Hello, caller. Welcome to the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast. You're on the air. Hello, NANABOOZHOO. Hey, is this the Native American stereotype? That is correct. Me, giant stereotype. Let me make this a little bigger. This is the big stereotype we have in Bemidji. He's actually waving at Paul Bunyan from here. Me like wave at Paul Bunyan. Yeah, huh? You're telling me you're not doing the Heil Hitler? No, Me, Indian stereotype. Assure you, me no love Hitler. You don't love Hitler? No. Me wave at Paul Bunyan. Yeah. So is Paul Bunyan real? Me suspect so. Me think Paul Bunyan also giant, like Bigfoot. Oh, wow. Maybe Paul Bunyan was a Bigfoot. You think so? Yeah, sure. Maybe there were like wild giants and then civilized giants, like Paul Bunyan and Babe. I don't know. What do you think? Indian stereotype across the street from Paul Bunyan. Me think everything is conspiracy theory. Oh, really? Do you believe in a moon landing? Me stereotype. Me no stupid. Of course they never went to moon. Me no believe anything NASA say. Yeah, well, you may be a stereotype, but you're not dumb. Anyway, what can I do for you today? Me call in. Me want learn word for Wednesday evening. You want to learn the word for Wednesday evening? Yeah, well, sure. I'm a little surprised you don't know it, being an Indian stereotype. Me only know broken English. Oh, right, it's stereotype, of course. Wednesday is Abatuse. Abatuse. Mean halfway? That's right, it means halfway. And then Onagoshin is the evening. Onagoshin. Good words. Abetuse. Onagoshin. Strong words. Makes stereotype statues heart soar like eagle. Exactly. It makes your heart soar like an eagle. Does your heart soar like an eagle? Only when I look in your eyes. Get out of here. Yeah, that's Abetuse Onagoshin. It's Wednesday evening. So you must be pretty cold out tonight, standing outside in the weather. Why don't you get a shirt? Me want put Indian blanket on me shoulders, but me know where to get such big blanket. Yeah, we'd have to put a couple of blankets on you to keep you warm. At least Paul Bunyan's got that flannel shirt, huh? Yeah, Paul Bunyan's warm. All right, well, I better let you go, Indian stereotype. Me want say, I will see you again. Oh, you say, Gigawaba min, Minowa. Gigawaba min, Minowa, Nanaboozhoo. You too, buddy. See you later, stereotype. Wow, the Indian stereotype. Yeah. Some people think that's Chief Bemidji. Is that really? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's an Indian stereotype that's been there since before political correctness. And now the owners of morels don't know what to do. Like, we can't take it down. That looks racist. So they just let that tree grow up, and now he's behind a tree, which also looks like they don't care. It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum, I tell you. All right. You want to get up here? Yeah, sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, the lovely and talented Natasha. And BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO will return after these messages from Makwa, coincidentally enough. Courage, bear. BOOZHOO. Makwa Nindigen cause. Bear is my name. And if you enjoy the cartoons by Michael Lyons that we show on the show here, well, just click the link below and order yourself a copy of OJIBERISH, an illustrated introduction to Ojibwe mowing. These are cartoons that teach you Ojibwe language. And there's also the Little Cutie, A Teddy Bear's Vision Quest story is also part of the book. Little Cutie, A Teddy Bear's Vision Quest, and cartoons by Michael Lyons. on OJIBERISH. Now how do I, there you go, OJIBERISH. Click the link below. Alright, anything else, boss? No, that was real good. Okay. Alright, I will see you again. Gigawaba Min. Minawa. Hoa.
Hoa.
I don't know, man.
BOOZHOO! Hey everyone, BOOZHOO Gakina. Hello everyone, how you doing? Natasha Nandishana Kaz. Natasha is my name. And I don't know, now that I'm here I don't know what to say.
I'll just talk about whatever you want.
Today's Ojibwe phrase of the day, Gi Gichi Gisana Nungom. It was very cold today. And it's going to be cold tomorrow. We Gichi Gisana Nungom. It will be Wabong tomorrow. But what can you do? Nothing. Just put on some long johns, I guess.
Yeah.
And what else we have here? Odena town. Dasunagun is a trap. Some towns are traps. Reservation's a trap.
Is it?
Yeah, man, it's a prison. We're all trapped. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. That's what it gets to be sometimes when you're a townie. You know, you want to go. Speaking of honesty, this is a song I was like, when we do that 7 Values. Honesty. On that same album as Honesty, Billy Joel. There's that one song. Got a call from an old friend, we used to be real close. Said he couldn't go on the American way. Sold the shop. Closed the shop, sold the house, bought a ticket to the West Coast. Now he gives them a stand-up routine in L.A. It's all about a guy who, it's my life. But he sold everything, sold his house, closed the shop, bought a ticket to L.A. Now he gives them a stand-up routine. He became a comedian. I still belong. But some small-town people have dreams. They want to sell everything. They just want to leave. But they can't. Got a kid, an ex-wife, and a job, and bills, and a student loan. And they know if they could just get out, give it a chance. Give me a chance, man. Why can't you give me a chance? That they could make it of them something of themselves. But sometimes it's not the town. It's the person. You know, there have been times in my life where I wanted to move, but I didn't have enough money to start. And I couldn't move. I remember feeling trapped. I can't leave this job I hate, but I can't afford to move. That's how they kind of trap you with college. They get you into debt. You leave home, you move to the big city, take out some loans, and then they got you. You go to college for 4 years, and you still have a year left. Because that's how it goes. And they go, no, we don't have any more financial aid. Here, borrow some more money. And then you get out of college and you get a job. And your job is full-time. And after you pay your rent and your car payment and your insurance and your insurance and your health insurance and your blah, 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 you know, it's gone. You got just enough for your groceries and buy a new pair of pants this month. And if you don't drink it up, you might even have $20, $30 at the end of the month to put into savings. But that's not money enough to make a change. You know, you can't leave that job. You got to pay for all the stuff. Then you get married. Now she's got pregnant. And you got to have health insurance. What are you going to deliver that baby in your little 1-bedroom apartment? I don't think so. Now you need a bigger apartment. So you really can't quit your job. And you can't go without health insurance. And now you need to buy a newer car, bigger car, because of kids. That's a car payment. And you haven't paid off your car, so now you need more insurance. It's a trap. It's like that fish head guy in Star Wars. It's a trap.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not. I don't know. Maybe it is once you have a family. It could be a trap once you get married with kids. But that's the whole point of having like indentured servants, wage slaves. Once they get you in debt, then you feel like you have to work. Because heaven forbid you get a bad credit rating. Oh no, I got a bad credit, now I can't borrow. What if I want to buy another house? Oh, I can't do it. You didn't work at a job for 2 weeks. You're trapped. Or you read the Bible and you trust your Creator to supply stuff for you, and maybe everything will be fine. I don't know. That's what I'm going for. I don't feel trapped anymore.
I feel trapped by the cold.
Well, yeah, I guess there's that. I'm not going anywhere tonight, tell you that much. Because our pickup won't start, we're trapped. We're trapped here, man. You ever feel trapped? I don't know. What else we got going on tonight, sweetie? Got any videos? You want to look at another Sly Stallone painting?
You still got those?
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone. That thing is ugly.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Sylvester Stallone, but your paintings are crap. This morning I was talking a little bit about the medicine wheel. The Mashkiki de Tibesade. Medicine wheel represents physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental. It represents a lot more than that, huh?
Yeah. It's the 4 directions, the 4 stages of life, the 4 races.
It can't mean the 4 races.
Why not?
Because that's racist.
How's that racist?
What, you're saying that Asians are yellow?
No.
Are you saying Indians are red, man? That's racist. Don't call me a red man. I'm not a redskin. I'm just kidding. I'm going to start getting just offensive all the time. Just call everybody a racist or whatever. If you don't watch our show, you're a racist. Come on, YouTube. How come you won't share our show more? How come you won't recommend it? You're racist. But medicine wheel, if you're feeling trapped, here's a little bit of advice from Auntie Natasha. This is for the little guys and the little girls. You ever feel trapped? You ever feel like you can't even be who you want to be? Do you ever feel like you're trapped by your family? You're trapped by your expectations. Your friends all think you're supposed to act a certain way. Do you ever feel like you can't be who you want to be? You're trapped in this endless cycle. Or if you're older, a lot of us get trapped. We seem to keep getting the same crappy jobs. And we keep having the same crappy relationships.
Hey.
Not you, sweetie, but you know. You can feel trapped. Well, back in the days of the grandfathers, you might go to your old elder auntie and say, Auntie, I'm feeling trapped. What should I do? And she'd draw a medicine wheel. And she goes, you know what? You're not trapped. Anywhere except in your mind. You know, even a person in prison can feel free if their mind is right. So, if you're feeling trapped, just like if you're feeling depressed or anxious, or if you have grief, or if you're just not feeling good, you might be out of balance, or cozy. Some people think cozy means I'm sick, and then cozy. But cozy means you're just out of balance. You can be cozy in the head. That's what out of balance. So take stock, That's what you should do once in a while. I don't mean to should all over you. But if you're not where you want to be in life, if you're not happy, healthy, if you feel trapped and sad and depressed and you're worried all the time, ask yourself, okay, how am I doing physically? What's my body like? What did I eat today? Did I drink enough water? You already have, I'm starting to think that people already have wisdom, but we just forget. We think, I got to go to my auntie to find out the truth. Nah. You already know stuff. You know what foods are good for you. You know that sugar makes you feel good for a little bit, then makes you sleepy, and then makes you sad. So think about yourself physically, and then make a plan to make yourself better. If you feel like crap and if you're overweight and you're sluggish, you know what to do. Go on a diet, go for a walk, drink a glass of water. Then go to the mental part. What are you thinking about? On these cold days, sometimes my mind wants to go back to sad times in my life when I was cold and uncomfortable. Or it just makes me, sometimes my mind will go to dark places for no good reason. I start to worry about stuff. Oh no. Is the car going to just freeze and shatter? Or the pipes freeze? Will the electricity go out? We're just going to die, What are you thinking about? Write it down. And if you're thinking about negative stuff, cut it out. Okay, you know what? Whether or not I worry about the electricity going out, that's not going to prevent anything. Start writing down what's in your brain. And I'm just saying, what are the things in your brain? Not emotions. Then we get to emotional. Emotional are happy, sad, scared, grateful, jealous. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of different colors of emotion. Some people don't even know what their emotions are. They think, I'm just neutral. Are you? Or is it quiet despair? But write down, get to know what your emotions are. And just like physical, mental and emotional, you can do stuff to improve. Physically, you got to do a couple of push-ups. Sorry, that's what it takes. If you're nervous, do some push-ups. That'll help. If you're thinking about all the bad things that can happen, you have anxiety, write a gratitude list. Change what you think about. Start thinking about all the times where you just, where things worked out okay. Shift what you think about. And your emotions. If you don't know what your emotions are, they're operating without you controlling anything. And I know I'm just an emotional little girl, and, my emotions run amok with my life. But boys, this is a thing that men need to do. You got to control your emotions. You got to be like a Vulcan on Star Trek. A man's emotions doesn't control him. You can have emotions, but you still behave. You use your mind, your logic. Ladies, with our emotions, we need to be in touch with them. If you have sadness, get to know where does it come from? Why is it there? How is it affecting your life? And then harness it. Use your grief to help others. Use your depression to write a song. Get aware of them. And if you have emotions you don't approve of, maybe you got jealousy. Maybe every time your sister does something amazing, you start to turn green with envy. Oh, it must be nice to be her. I'm so jealous. Sometimes we're not aware that we have jealousy. Get to know it, and if you don't like it, you could do something about it. Again, replace jealousy with gratitude. You can do it. Make a list. And then finally, spiritual. This is the most effective part of the whole medicine wheel. And it's actually the thing you should do first. If I could be so bold to say, you gotta pray. Anima A. Or anima A. You gotta anima A. Pray. If you're not where you want to be, if you're trapped in your town, or you're trapped in your mind, or you're trapped in your heart, or some of us are trapped in our bodies. We're so fat we can't even start working out. And that makes us so sad. And it screws up our mind and makes us think negative thoughts like we're never gonna, anyone's gonna love us, Get spiritual. Put out some tobacco. Pray to get you Manadu. It's okay. You can get real with them. And just say it as it is. Get you Manadu. Dakawi duka wishin. Please help me. Dakawi duka wishin. And sometimes just the act of prayer, spell out, draw a medicine wheel, say, look, I'm physically not doing great. I got this addiction to whatever. I'm out of shape. Help me. Help me lose weight. It's okay, you can say that. Help me want to work out. Let me change my mind of every time I think about going to the gym where I go, oh, I don't want to do this. Change my mental. And replace my emotions. I'm always so jealous and I'm always so grumpy. Because you know what? They all affect each other. That's the other thing, huh?
Yeah, that's totally it.
You say though, it's a wheel because it has to roll. And if any one thing is flat on your wheel, you're not going to roll very well. You're not going to roll along. So, spiritually, and you don't have to go a day. You don't have to be a traditional Indian. You can be a Christian. You can be a Muslim. You can be a Buddhist. You can do whatever you like. Get spiritual, meaning not material. You can't buy your way into feeling emotionally happy. Oh, I sure feel better. I got a pair of shoes. That changed my mental state. Now I got some comfy shoes. No, it doesn't matter. But I think if you get into the right vibe, the zone, whatever, tune into the frequency of Gitchi Manadu, he will not straighten out, he will circle, he'll make round your medicine wheel. Mushkiki de Tibasaid. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about how to get to do what you want.
What do you mean, like achieve your goals?
Yeah, I'm gonna become like a coach, like a self-improvement coach.
Yeah, I think you'd be good at that.
You think so? Yeah, sure. Tomorrow I might do a little talk on how to get to do what you want to do all the time and never worry about money. How to be a millionaire and never pay taxes. No. Anyway, that's a day Tibasaid. The Mushkiki de Tibasaid. The medicine wheel. And I don't know. It really helped me out when I figured it out. So, well, sweetie, I think we did it again.
What's that?
I rambled on until we ran out of time.
You didn't even go outside.
No, but it's too cold anyway. I'll go outside tomorrow. You want to add anything before I sign out?
Nah, just tell him I said thanks.
Thank you so much for stopping by to be with us tonight. So nice to see the BOOZHOO crew. And thank you so much for the super chat. Gwen, we really appreciate it. Michael, do you want to add anything?
Hey, tell him about Patreon, will you?
Oh, sure. If you'd like to support the show, you can be like Gwen and give us a super chat. Or you can support us on Patreon and PayPal and GoFundMe. Links are in the description. And Michael has books for sale, like OJIBERISH, but also like Little Cutie, A Teddy Bear's Vision Quest. on Amazon.com. And if there's nothing else, I think I'll just sign out.
All right.
Miigwech Ganawapieg. Thank you for watching BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. We didn't even gossip about any celebrities tonight.
I don't know any gossip.
I am Natasha. This is NANABOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
This is Michael Lyons.
Thanks so much, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin. Minawa. Hoa. All right, baby doll. One more time. Let's see if we can get that old teleporter to work.
All right. Scanning for your coordinates.
I'm right here, silly.
Yeah, I know. And 1 to teleport.
Make it so. Number 1.